Hey, 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 what's up, everyone? Some beautiful conditions today in Myoko. Moon is out up the top there on top of Myoko. It's going to dip down soon. You see that up there? Can I zoom in? Yes, I can. Beautiful day today. Conditions have been incredible. Let's come back out to the regular. I'm up in Akakura in Myoko. The streets are still super clean. Beautiful view today. We are expecting snow soon. Zoom back out a little bit. All right, I'll come on the camera. What is happening, guys? We got some beautiful conditions today. There was an expectation that this year was going to be a big start to the season, but it's been, we've had this incredible nice weather. We've had a bit of rain. So the original forecast was that we were going to get much colder temperatures and a lot of precipitation. I think we've had quite a bit of precipitation, and we've had 2 big snow days this season so far. One was late November. I did a video for that, and the other was maybe about a week back, less than a week ago. We had another big snow day, but we've had warm weather and we've had rain, so it's washed it all away. So now, as you can see here in the Akakura area, that the weather is good. Thought I'd do a quick walk around the town just to hype people up for their winter trip if you're coming over here for winter this year. It seems quiet now, but there's a lot of activity happening inside of the buildings right now with all of the working holiday staff in action. Hey, what's up? We have here Memo. What's happening? Yeah, it's actually pretty busy here. So most of the staff are in now for the seasonal stuff, for these seasonal hotels, rental businesses, the guides. They're all getting ready. This is going to be one of the who do you have here? Golden Ardwar. It's happening. Yeah, this will be one of the last times I can walk easily through the town. There's expectation for snow to hit today, but I'm making the most of the sunshine today. There's definitely not enough snow here yet for skiing in the Myoko area, unless you go really high up, and even then it's not going to be very fun. It won't be safe. Madarao is not too far. It's over the back. It's just out of picture now, but Madarao and Tangram also quite a bit off from having any kind of real skiing conditions. So, yeah, it's a little bit later start than usual. No snow in Mexico. Time to buy a snowmobile. Yeah, get one before it kicks off. There's people working over here. This has been great for me because I've been able to do a bit more stuff around the house. prepare for winter. I've just installed a new kitchen, just installed a new floor, took up the floor and replaced it. It's really good timing. I'm really glad that the season hasn't kicked off yet. Oh yeah, I can see I've got a comment here. It started in Tuesday in Collingwood, Ontario, up in Canada. Of course, the majority of snow is man-made. So there's like Hakuba, Nozawa Onsen, a bunch of other resorts that are close to this area. They have the man-made stuff. In this area, I just saw a poster actually for Akakura, which is where I'm at, that kind of promotes to say, this is the real deal. This is real snow only. There is no man-made snow here. I'm just walking up here. I see another new house. There's another new house. There are so many new properties that have been built in the last year compared to the last 3 years that I've been living here, and all of the years I've been visiting. I've never seen so many new houses. This is a beautiful place. So up behind me is one way you could ski. I could walk up to the top of the mountain. Look at the blue skies. It's so cool. On this side is a foot onsen that is closed now for the season. I feel like you could still use it. Let's go for a walk over here. Oh yeah. Oh, the hot water's still coming out this side. There's still hot water there. This is the toilet block behind me, and that's been boarded up for the winter. Yeah. Usually there's hot water down here. You put your feet here and you look up the mountain there. No more. Alright, let's check out some comments that's come through. Yeah, let's set up this tripod because it makes it more stable for everyone to see. Alright, let's see what's going on. -20 up in Winnipeg, Canada. Whoa. I'd say right now, actually, so I've just come up from my place. I think you guys are probably familiar that I'm not right on the top of the mountain, but I'm literally 5 minutes drive from where I'm standing right now, which is in the center, kind of Akakura, which is the biggest, most popular ski area for Myoko. And just a 5-minute drive going up from my place, and I only gain about 200 meters elevation. It's much colder here, and yeah, it's a big difference. We don't have that much snow settled down there, but it definitely drops in just a 5-minute short drive. It's a huge difference. I guess you'd feel that as well over in Canada. -20 of those are wild. You know what's funny? A few years back, I was in Montreal, and I think it was around -20-ish, -15, -20 in Montreal. It was a cold season. It must be 10 years ago now. But I've also been at the top of the mountain in Hokkaido, I think it was Niseko, and it was -36 one of the days I was out. But still, that -36, the numbers don't always add up to it being colder. -20 is cold, but yeah, I remember being -36 versus -20, and in Montreal, I just couldn't wear enough layers and get warm. I just could not get warm in Montreal. Korea is the same, actually. Korea is colder than Japan, it feels. The temperature says it's warmer, but it feels much colder. Blake, you're asking me, Blake's asking in a comment, have locals tried to remove snow accumulations with rope? Yes, it doesn't work. It's too much, it's too heavy. The roof is not pitched high enough, and they were built that way because these houses mostly, the majority are older, so they're made to hold the snow because there never used to be snow machines to remove the snow. So it's made to hold heavy weight. It wasn't intended for it to be easy to get down. It's supposed to be a safe removal. They're supposed to be a flatter, lower pitch. I think there was also like a viral video of people putting down big sheets of tarpaulin. You put down the sheets and then you just pull the snow away. It doesn't work. We get a meter of snow overnight. You cannot pull that much snow on a sheet. Doesn't work. Strong as you want to be. Mac guy, my guy, what's up? Lol Ninja. South Australia, what's up? 35 degrees Celsius, hot. Someone told me yesterday it was like 42 the other day in Sydney, Australia. Pretty different. Memo is asking, can a total beginner start to learn some ski in Japan, or a language barrier is hard? Start to learn. You can, there's, like in Akakura, you can definitely learn to ski in Japan. And in Akakura, Akakura, Nozawa Onsen, Madarao, Hakuba, Niseko, Furano, all of the top resorts, they're mostly majority run by Australians now. It's very, very westernized. And ski schools here there's so many ski schools here for internationals in English and other languages, Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish. So language barriers, not a problem. Went from +5 to -20 in a week, Jeff. Yeah, it's a big change. You'll feel the change. How is the reno going? Reno's going good. I'm coming to the end now of the floor. The plumber came in yesterday, connected up the kitchen, connected up the gas because I've moved my gas, and I have like an exhaust for the fumes. It's a big gas heater. Yeah, the reno's going really well. I'm doing 2 on the fly right now. I'm getting new tatami in the other house. So, yeah, it's been productive, and I'm really grateful for this like sunshine that's like blaring down on me. Jamie's asking me, is there good coffee in the Aussie run areas? Yeah, there's good coffee. There is good coffee, but there's better coffee. And it's Japanese run. It's pretty good. But yeah, surprisingly, for this area, I'd say Japan takes the win over Australia. It's a surprise to me too, but that's the reality. Let's keep walking a little bit. Won't stay on here too long. I have a long list of things to do. Just thought I'd quickly show you. I'll turn the camera around so you can see what I'm seeing. The rear camera. That's the up towards the mountainside. All the poles have been set on the right side. It helps the snow clearing machine see where not to go. Come down this way. And this is going down the mountain over here. And straight ahead, the far mountain, just cross the road carefully. The far mountains over that side, that's Nagano. And that's the Shigakogen area. If you look more towards the left behind the trees, that's Nozawa Onsen area, further up. I'm slipping here. Alright, we'll walk in the snow. I'm wearing headphones right now to try to, I don't know if you can hear the crunching snow, but I'm wearing headphones because there is some work happening, some grinders and saws. People are still building. Yeah, all of these hotels, I'd say a couple of years back, it was really, they were really becoming more and more abandoned, but they are very much been, there's a lot of interest in these places now. So they kind of look empty, but they're actually, there's work happening, I know, in the building on the left and further down. They're all owned and people have these as projects. Town is really booming right now. It's a new era for Japanese ski resorts with the international interest. It's great. Most people are pretty happy about it. Got a comment here, is your snow late in coming this year? Is your snow late? It's not that it's late, it's around the same time. It's probably, you'd say, average, be safe to say. But there was a forecast, an early forecast, that said it was going to be a really heavy December. So the expectation versus the reality, the expectation is that the ski resorts would have been open already by now. But the reality is the ski resorts around here have just pushed back the opening dates. So it was supposed to open on the 13th of December, which is a few days away. But now it's they've put a question mark on the opening date now. Let's cross here. There's a car coming. Let's get across. These guys are still working over here on the right side. So much work happening, even now. Sorry if the camera's not too straight, I'm looking at the same time. Curious. It's funny, like over on the left side, on this building, there's a lot of makeshift kind of structures. So at the front there's that yellow domey thing. Japan's pretty good at practical solutions. And somehow, I'd say if this was a Western country, you want something that's prettier than that. But in Japan, these like temporary things seem to work. It all fits in with Japanese style. Jeff is asking, is there much to do in Myoko Kogen if you don't ski? And the answer is, it's like any ski area. If you think about it, there's two ways to think about it. I'll come to the front. Here we go. Yeah, is there much to do in Myoko if it's not skiing? And it's like, it's not that this is not just a ski area. As a tourist, there's two kind of separate parts to that question. I think there's two answers to that question. One is that ski areas in Japan are not, it's part of the season. Whereas if I think about like Whistler, Canada, it's really like a resort. It's a ski resort, it's a biking area, it's hiking, it's like adventure. But in Japan, farming happens here, life still happens here, people have jobs, and everyone's life is super seasonal. And just for 3 months of the year, people do skiing. And it's not even the main, like if you think about the culture of the area, it was just surviving the winter, and it kind of adapted to the Austrians brought skiing over back in the 30s. And it became a new part of updated Japanese culture. So the answer is there's a lot to see culturally in the area, and that goes for anywhere in Japan. And that's like food, traditions. You can explore that. It hasn't been expanded as much as it could be. It's something that I'm trying to work with the community. We're trying to come together as a group and find a way to showcase that better, because right now it's like super unavailable. So we're working on that stuff. And then on top of the skiing, so using the ski resorts, if you're thinking about like visiting Myoko in the warmer months, they've just started a mountain biking track in one of the ski resorts, and it will slowly build on that. So yeah, there's hiking. There's a lot of hiking, a lot of trails that are not marked and that are marked, but you would probably need a guide for that, for safety, for like the bears and finding your way around, language barrier, that sort of thing, with the signage. There's so much potential for Myoko to be, and all of the ski resorts in Japan, to have a different approach. But yeah, like I said, going back to what I first said, the reality is there's much more than a ski resort in the ski areas in Japan. I can smell the hot spring. Hot spring is also another thing. This is hot spring water here. They're not always hot spring sometimes. So that's the melting system down there. Let's flip it so you can see it. That's a hot spring. That's hot spring water that's melting, well, to melt the snow when it will be there. But it's not always. It can be groundwater. I think people see that in the streets sometimes. I did a video on it before, where the streets are being melted by water. That's groundwater and not hot water. Yeah, someone wrote in the comments here, memo, top tier hiking and ski areas. This hiking is incredible here. There's still a lot that they need to expand on with this area, with Myoko. They've got a handful of trails that are good, but there's a lot of trails that are not marked, that are not kept in good conditions for hiking. Let's just step back here. Because up the back there, I'll zoom in. This is Tangaram ski resort, and they do have some snow up there. I'm not sure how clear that is in the video. It's Tangaram, and Madarao is on the back side of that. They had their snow pretty late. See? That's the view from my house, so I see that every day. Hey, good morning. Someone say good morning. Morning, Matt. Looks like a light sprinkle of snow. We've had rain mostly, but we have had some snow. All right, I'll come back to me. Make it answer a couple of your questions. All right. I've got a question here. What are businesses that are desperately needed there? What are businesses that are desperately needed? I'd say restaurants. Right, let's talk about the ski. I'm talking about ski focus. I'm guessing that's what you're asking about. But if I think about like as a ski area, there has been a lot of accommodation that's went up, and I kind of understand that. It's an easy win. Less planning. Staffing is maybe a bit easier than a restaurant, and also just like financially it makes a lot more sense to me, economic, like when I think about how much I can charge for a room versus, I'm not saying me personally, but if I was to start a hotel, a room rate is getting higher and higher, whereas if you want to buy some food, ramen, you can only charge so much. The mountain behind me, it's got distracted. So restaurants is one thing. There's like maybe transportation services as a ski area. But I'd say I'd try to personally zoom out and bigger picture and think what's needed here year round to support a year round town and community. Yeah. I think the opportunity is endless, but I definitely think it's a long 5 to 10 year business plan that needs to be in place. It's not like a quick, easy win. I think you couldn't just come here and make an insane amount of money straight away. You have to think about the long game. And I think you have to really think less about, this has always been my approach, but less about how much money I can make versus how much I can provide something to this community that's needed. It's something I have to remind myself as a Westerner, because we definitely have a huge money orientation to what business can I start? What can be the max price for that thing versus how can I provide something that people need and make it affordable, which I think has become, it might not have been in the past, but I think it's definitely a Japanese approach that we could learn. Reading a comment, it's a really late start here too at Mount Hood, Oregon. There is no projected open day at all. 0 snow at the base areas and not snow in the forecast. I saw that in a post actually. I don't know if I'm following Mount Hood or something, but yeah, I saw Mount Hood is struggling this year, even though they have the year-round snow at Mount Hood. Hopefully you guys get some snow soon. Beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful part of the world. Oregon, Washington. We can go back this way. Have a look over this side. This is coming over to the Akakura Onsen ski resort. There's 2 side by side here. Akakura Onsen on this side, and then Akakura Kanko on that side. Akakura Onsen is definitely aimed at more of the beginner side of beginner level. It's a bit smaller. The resort is pretty old for now. I can imagine that changing with all of the investments in the near future. But I'd say Akakura Onsen has limitations. So the ski resorts in Japan were really built around in the 30s and the 40s, especially around here, 1930s, 1940s. And the whole idea behind them was to make skiing accessible for those times. Which means the level is pretty easy. When I think about the levels of the runs, the blues, the greens, the blacks, I'd say it's easier in Japan than other parts of the world. And when I think about North America, European resorts, there's a bit more of an adrenaline adventure focus where I'd say there's a lot of people in Japan who do skiing and snowboarding for a real kind of slow pace activity to enjoy the mountains. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So I'm walking up now towards Akakura Onsen. This is the only place in town that they do night skiing around here. The access is a little bit strange. This is one of the main roads to get into Akakura Onsen. This road there's not any parking here. You have to walk into here, or you can come in through Akakura Kanko. Hey, what's up? What's the name here? Yesenia. Maple, good morning. This place has just upgraded their windows. It's another place that's most likely going to be accommodation. Still working, still going. They've been doing this for a few years now. There's one place you can buy tickets. This is the prices here. Japan's yen is pretty weak right now, making it even more affordable. So the one-day ticket, top left, for an adult, 6,000 yen. I think that's about $45 US-ish. And Australian dollars, $60. That's gone up again this year. Last year it was 4,000 something. So every year this is increasing about 20%. I think it's a mix of definitely updating the prices, which need to be updated, but I think they're also playing a catch-up with resorts around the world, because the majority of, I won't say majority actually, but a lot of people coming skiing these days are international. I could imagine it being going to a pricing system with international and local pricing. I've got a few comments here. In Florida, what's up? Come and visit Japan, yeah, for sure. Born in Puerto Rico, raised in Florida. That's awesome. Just coming into the ski resort now. I'll flip it back around to me a little bit. Sunshine up here. Oh, what a beautiful day. I'm okay with this slightly later start to the ski season. I think these are the things I love about skiing in Japan, these kind of features up here. The characters, the color. This was definitely built in the 80s and hasn't been updated ever since. This roof collapsed last year behind me. This restaurant here, like they've done a temporary fix to stop this from falling down, but that roof was actually had caved in from too much snow. This is the night ski area. This restaurant doesn't run behind me. There we go. This restaurant here, it doesn't run anymore. Again, someone commented before, what are some of the businesses that would be good to have here, desperately need? Just stuff like these restaurants, but it's just so difficult to have something like this because the year round, I mean, this would be busy for 2 months. January and February is the peak. December, like right now, the snow is too unpredictable for extending the season. So the season is realistically January and February, the peak. March, there definitely is still snow and it's still good. That's actually one of my favorite times to ski, in March. April is still good, it starts to get slushy. And by May, it's usually not there anymore on an average season nowadays. But I was told recently by a neighbor that the season used to be 6 months long. And it's now warmer temperatures and they haven't seen a 6 month. I think last year we had 5 months. But it used to be 6 months all the time, is what someone told me, who's in their 80s. Times have changed. I'll have a quick look at these snowcats. Still kind of old school snowcats. So yeah, talking about those ticket prices, upgrading things like this, the snowcats. I do like how Japan doesn't spend money all the time on everything. They do maintain things really well. These are pretty old, but they still work. They're still useful. I like that they don't just throw it out. These guys look like they're stocking up over there. Do you ever come back to the US? Someone asked me in a comment. Do you ever come back to the US? I haven't been back for a few years now. Yeah, it's on my list. I do want to get back there. I've got so much, I feel like time is flying by right now. So I need to, I feel like my list of things to do is way too long. I don't know, yeah, time. I'm back here on some of the questions. What's that? Where do you recommend to visit, not pricey? Where do I recommend to visit, not pricing is the comment. And I think you're talking about ski resorts. Feel free to drop it in there if I'm wrong. For ski resorts in Japan, it's pretty easy. You just avoid, I mean, they're all really affordable. If you're coming from the US, you're coming from Florida, you just saw the price, 6,000 yen for a lift pass. And I think it's reasonable. I don't think it's expensive. I don't think it's cheap. I think it's a reasonable thing to go skiing. $45 for a lift ticket. If I compare that, when I was living in California, for example, and going to Tahoe, if I didn't get the season pass or the icon pass or whatever, I'd be paying $200 a day. So it's already 4 times cheaper at least. If you didn't want to go to, I mean, the accommodation is getting expensive. I think part of it is because it's international owned and they do update it and spend money, so I understand why. Also, like, energy and heating bills is higher. I understand. But yeah, if you just avoid, if you want to save money on a ski trip to Japan, you just avoid Niseko, Furano, Hakuba, Myoko, Nozawa Onsen, Madarao, Kadoizawa area. Yeah, if you avoid the big names that everybody knows about, you'll save money. Some people like to travel by RV and camp. I actually don't think that saves a lot of money. I think it's good for adventure, but there's cheaper ways to do it. You can rent a car and still stay in cheap lodging close to small resorts or small ski areas and ski hills and have a great time. If I went back in time to how I used to be when I used to chase like the big resorts and the big hills, the big runs, then I'd end up at these big resorts like Hakuba, Myoko, etc., etc. But I think nowadays, my personality and my preferences have been updated to be more Japanese style. I actually like it to be a bit slower pace during the day. I start late. I'm not like hardcore anymore. I used to be. But it's more about like going to a hot spring, slowing things down, enjoying the view and enjoying the time rather than like waking up early, getting out there, getting the first run, competing with everybody. I can just go later. I know where the snow is that other people don't know where it is, so I can enjoy it. I can always have fresh snow here. Drive up to the resort, too many people, go to another one. It's like 10 minutes away. I definitely think my approach is different, and I think for people coming to Japan, you could change your approach and enjoy it in a different way compared to like the Whistlers, etc. Utah. Hey, what's up? Annie loves Japan. I caught you live. So beautiful out. Yes, we're having a great little morning walk. I haven't done lives consistently for a while now, so I've been so busy with this house. I will make a video for this house. I haven't done anything for my house, my $6,000 house in Myoko. I haven't done one for a long time. I've been busy, and I didn't do any real renovations that are worth sharing, I think. And now I have. It's been more than a couple of years that I've been there, so I will have a new video out soon for that. When I get around to editing it, I've got so much to do. Love your channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Lucky you in Japan. I wish if I can live there. My favorite country. Japan is a good place to live. Yeah, it's been very special, the whole journey. Love the snow. Have you ever been caught in an earthquake? Yeah, quite a few times in Japan. There was actually one, not the one that just happened for me. I didn't feel that one. That was made international news. But there was one about a week ago. I was laying in bed and an earthquake just started shaking the house. It wasn't too bad, just lasted a couple of seconds. And I think the last biggest one we had was about a year ago, January 1st. Oh, this year, January 1st. That was a big one. Ah, pretty. I don't ski, never done it. I do mean where is the best travel in Japan that's not too pricey, good food. Yeah, I think Japan in general is not so pricey. Places like Kyoto and Tokyo the prices have gone up. There's just like, it's supply and demand. The demand is insane right now. But it's good for Japan. Yeah, it's definitely worth like trying to seek out these popular places to travel there at least once and see what the hype's about. Because there's a reason why. Kyoto, for example, I lived in Kyoto for just over a year, and I'd say living in Kyoto at that time, more than 10 years ago now, was definitely my favorite place that I lived at. Yeah, it's definitely a fun place for me, a fond memory. Kyoto is a great place to live because there's so much to do. You walk outside, there's just thousands of temples and shrines, lots of culture, lots of food. So it's worth going to those places, even if you pay a little bit more. Can't wait to see the place, live in the dream. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I love it here. Clouds are coming over now. We are going to get snow today. Please do more lives. Very interesting. Thank you very much. Hey man, roughly how much does it cost to rent snowboard gear? Every place is kind of different. If you're looking for the basic entry level stuff, for snowboard stuff, if you're just getting like the beginner stuff, you can get it for like 2,000 yen to 3,000 yen per day. If you want the more performance orientated stuff, it can probably get to 7,000 yen per day. So between 2,000 to 7,000 yen per day, I'd say is like somewhere in that bracket. And I'm talking about for a snowboard, the snowboard and the boots should be able to cover it for 7,000 per day. So I'm in the midst. I'm right now. I'm buying a new snowboard, and I'm trying to find one, and I'm looking at spending around 100,000 yen, which is about 700 US bucks, something like that, 600. It keeps like fluctuating. It's getting worse. So there's a point. I think after 10 days, it's always worth buying your own gear. Almost 10 to 15 days, you should think about buying your own gear, I'd say. But if you don't want to carry it around, then yeah, best to rent it. This is Akakura Street. I'll just flip it. So this is the main street in Akakura. I'm going to zoom through here a bit because I'm shy about carrying this camera and there are people around. comment, where can I buy secondhand gear? You can get it at 2nd Street. The place is called 2nd Street, or Hard Off is the two main places. There's also another place called Murasaki Sports, which is pretty good. And one more place is Zebio Sports. And it's new, but they do like previous season stuff and it's cheaper. This is one of the few places that's open year round. Good spot to come and support if you're in town. They sell crepes, 250 yen. From 250 yen. Crepe. Or crepe. Hey, what's up? Hold the camera down a little bit. I don't want to stand out. This is a local ski rental place on the right side here. So they do like the older, more basic. They do have more performance stuff, but they do have older rental stuff. And they're Japanese. They're geared towards Japanese people who basically don't spend or have that kind of money to spend compared to international tourists. And not because international tourists are loaded or anything. It's just that when people come here on a vacation, I think people are more willing to spend money because they're here for a couple of weeks, they worked hard, so they're happy to put their hand in their pocket a little bit more. So lots of restaurants along here in Akakura. They're all slowly starting to get ready. I'm going to change sides here. Road. This is the tree preparation straight ahead. Is one of the names for this, which is tying the trees back. The heavy snowfalls. It's not just for trees, they do it on structures too. So this structure has been supported because the snow really is heavy and there is a lot. I had a fiberglass boat last year. I had it. I no longer have it because I had to throw it away. It got crushed. People actually tell me, someone told me recently that they had a metal table, a steel table, outdoor furniture set that they had to, that got crushed in the snow and they had to throw it away because it was completely flattened. They left it out. Alright, let's go back this way. Cross over quickly. There's more water there. That'll be hot spring most likely. I'm zooming through here because this is the popular spot. Alright, the views open up here. This is usually where the footpath is, on the left with the views here. So there's hot spring water. They do try to keep this one uncovered during the winter as well. almost too hot to put my hand in. And that's coming out Mount Myoko. It's sourced from Mount Myoko. This is usually a foot hot spring. And that's a better view of Madarao and Tangaram. Tangaram is this side, that's what you see there if I zoom in. That's Tangaram, and on the back side of that is Madarao, and they're connected too. Pretty popular ski area. You can hear building work happening up there. So those guys are getting ready with their shelter. It is building a temporary entrance. And there's more building work happening up there. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? It's nice to see. It's nice to see that this place is coming back to life. Let's take another final look at the town before I go down. Look on the right side here. That's actually a set of skis. The sign. So, Akakura is an old town. It really was. I mean, if you look at the buildings right now, it really is old, and it really is big. Parts of it are falling down. There's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done here, so it's really nice to see that it's coming back. New one right here, or updated, I should say. This one's been updated. Windows, the facade. There's the information center here. Could probably also be updated. I want to do one final look here of Akakura Kanko for a second. That's where the hot water comes from. Up the top there, Myoko. Actually to the left a little bit, behind the trees. There's a steam vent. It's a little bit hard to see, but down where the mountains meet, down in here. There's a steam vent down there. That's where the hot water is sourced from. Good hike as well. So someone asked about, or mentioned the hiking. Takes about 6 hours to get up and back to the top of Myoko, and that's just one of the many mountains you can hike around here. It's unlimited. Alright, let's head back towards the car. Answer the last few questions. If you got anything on there, throw them up there now. I think I parked over here. Yes, I did. Okay. A lot to do today. Still got to finish off my kitchen. Got a bunch of things to do. The new tatami will be delivered soon. Alright. Just get a nice view and I'll take in any more questions you got. I'll stop. I'll put this down for a second. Let's put Myoko in the background. I'm excited for the snow, but I love this weather. All right. Let's see how it is. Alright, reading some of the comments. I've fallen in love with your town from your videos. Seems peaceful. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's been a good place to live. It's definitely been challenging figuring out how to spend time outside the winter, because it is busy during the winter, but it really requires, not just for me, but people in general, you have to adapt your life. So usually, for example, builders, they change their lifestyle from being a builder or a plumber to become snow clearers. They use the snow clearing machines. They'll join another company, or their company just adjusts, and they work to keep the town clear of snow, to keep the roads safe, to keep people's houses safe. So that's just like one simple thing. If you're a farmer, you're not a farmer anymore during the winter. You work at the ski resort. Yeah, so it's been interesting. There's not just one focus. And I think because of that, time passes really quickly. I'm not sure if people realize how much people adjust their lives here. Yeah, winter is not the main focus. It's a short period from Myoko. Yesenia will catch you on the next live. Stay well. I'll watch your next house videos too. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming and joining today. How's the old MacBook holding up for edit work? Happy to send more for Coffee on Ko-Fi to help make the new one a reality. Yeah, I'm dying for a new MacBook. Yeah, it's holding up. It's 10 years old, more than 10. I think 2015 I got it. It's doing well for an old MacBook. Yeah, it's still working out. Just like these old snow machines, I can still use it. Will you keep this stream? Yeah, I'll save this. I'll upload this after. I think I can just hit a button and it still lives. So I'll keep this one. Japanada. I'm reading the comments right now. Any updates on when the slopes will open in Myoko? So originally it was supposed to be in 3 days from now. So today's the 10th, I think. 11th? Yep, today's the 11th. It was supposed to be in 2 days. They're not doing that now. It's more of a question mark at this point. So Myoko is one of the resorts that proudly doesn't have snowmaking machines. And because of that, it's less predictable about the opening dates. Usually it's around, I'd say on average, it's around mid-December to December 20th is the usual opening. December 8th. This year was supposed to be December 8th or December 12th, and now it's been pushed out, or 13th, now it's been pushed out. Yeah. Anytime from today, we're supposed to get a big snowfall for the next 3 days from the evening. Clouds are slowly coming over, so anytime from now. How much does a typical tatami cost? Tatami comes, if you want to buy a brand new tatami, it can cost about 15,000 yen or $100 roughly for one piece of tatami. You can also get the tatami, and that's like, it varies between quality. You can actually get them made in China now too, and it's cheaper. But it's pretty common if your tatami still is holding its shape. So tatami is wrapped around a core tatami block, and it's all natural fibers. You can get like man-made too, but it's pretty normal if your tatami's in good condition and it's not hasn't been crushed, you can just rewrap the outside part and it's much cheaper. But I think it's pretty affordable for what it is. So it starts, if you're just doing a rewrap of the tatami, it's about 7,000 yen or $40 roughly. Looking forward to snow clearing. I'm looking forward to it as well. I've already set up the I'll turn this way so you can see Madara for a bit too. Back here. I've already got my snow dump outside. That's Madara, that's Tangram behind me. I got my snow dump outside waiting because I don't want to be caught without it. My shovels are at the front door. I'm not just anticipating, I'm looking forward. That's like a huge part of winter for me. Is it an easy walk? Reading the comments. Is it an easy walk from Akakura Kanko Gondola to Akakura Main Street and shops? We'll be there in 2 weeks. No, yeah, it's an easy walk, but it takes time. So I'll flip it and show you exactly where it is. So if you walk down this street on the left, this is Akakura. This is the main entrance to Akakura's onsen. If you walk left down here, where these cars are driving, it's about in winter 12-minute walk from here, from this point. This is the town on the right side here, where these dudes are walking. So that's the main town. Walk down here, 12 minutes. And I don't know if you're in ski boots, it will take longer, but it's a bit of a downhill walk. And through the trees up there's actually Akakura Kanko Hotel. That gives you an idea of where Akakura Kanko is. And that lift up the top there, in the middle, is that the one? All up straight ahead in the middle there is part of Akakura Kanko. So yeah, I'd say a 12-minute walk realistically from here. I'd say most places offer a shuttle accommodation. Is it fine with bears right now? That's the comment. How are the bears? There was a bear in this area. I mean, there's always bears here all the time. Let's flip this back. Yeah, we had a lot of bears recently. They're always spotted around here, down these streets. I mean, it's a real nature area. Nozawa Onsen, which is actually over there. I can see it from here too. Nozawa Onsen Main Street had a bear about 4 or 5 days ago on the main street of Nozawa. So they are kind of appearing a little bit more. They are kind of dangerous in Japan. They're really unpredictable. I think personally, like I'm kind of hypothesizing that because they're smaller than the regular bears, they're a bit more, when I say regular bears, I lived in the US for a number of years. I've seen lots of brown bears and black bears, lots of grizzlies, black bears throughout the US, and every experience I had in America was pretty positive. But I've experienced bears twice only in Japan, but it really feels like a bit of a standoff moment. They notice you there and you just don't know what's going to happen. Whereas bears in North America, it feels like they notice you, but they don't care about you. But yeah, here they do take notice of you. And it's really uncertain about like how they're going to react. So it's fine with the bears, but you do need bear spray. A bear bell is what they promote here, but you do need like bear spray, and you need to have people with you to prepare for the moment. All right. Well, I think from here I am going to go and finish my kitchen before the snow comes tonight. I've got a little bit more work to do, and I also need to go and find a snowboard. So two fun things for me. But this is my live update on the current snow conditions right now in the Myoko, Nozawa, Tangaram, Madarao area. I just wanted to show you what it's like before the snow hits, and to show you that we're having a slower start to the expected season. Thanks for joining. Thanks for turning up. And I'll catch you on the next live. Keep an eye out for my next videos coming out. So I'll have one on the actually have one for Seki Onsen, for a ski resort here. So that'll probably be my next one. Introduction to Seki Onsen, like my other winter videos. I took it last year. And one for the renovation after a couple of years living in Myoko. So a 2-year later style video with the renovation on the kitchen and changing the floor. But yeah, I look forward to sharing that with you guys. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch you on the next video.